Yo, what's up, guys? Wanted to just do a video today talking about Matthew 13, which is the parable of the sower. Okay, and I just want to just spit it out here in my words so you guys can get that parable. And it's actually talking about, Jesus talking about four, types of soils. Okay, where really the soil, the seeds, and there's four types of seeds and soils in this parable. Okay, I'm gonna go first, second, third, and fourth, but so you guys understand, the soil is comparing it to the heart, okay, to our hearts, okay, and the seed, okay, it's comparing it to the word of God, the wisdom, how good you accept Jesus, how well are you accepting the message, you're not accepting it, right? So the first type of soil is the one where you have the heart, okay? It's a hard heart. I mean, if it makes sense, my pronunciation. It's a hard heart, okay? So what happens there when the seed gets into the soil, it's so hard, the soil, that the seed doesn't go through. So then the birds come and they take the seed, right? The birds are the devil, or the people that work for the devil. So there you will say, okay, Jado, so that's someone that has a very hard heart, okay? How do we soften that heart? That's a good question. Or how does the heart become so hard? And that's because of the sin. The more we sin, the harder it gets, our heart. So we're just not going to want to receive any external information from God. We just we already know it all. We know it all. I mean, why would I need anyone to teach me anything when I already know all, right? Funny thing is, these people usually don't even have results. But hey, some people do have results, and they're still in this situation with a very hard heart. Okay. So basically this is the first type. Okay, then we're going for the second type. Okay. We're going for the second type. Okay, where we have the superficial heart. Okay, this is the superficial heart, which in the Bible it's talking about this soil that has rocks. So the seed gets in, but it just gets in. It gets in fast, and it just doesn't go very deep because there's rocks. So gets in fast, grows fast, but dies fast because of the sun. So what is happening here? This is the people that actually have a superficial heart. So they would actually listen a little bit. They'll get the message and they're like, oh shit, I'm pumped. I'm gonna do this business. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna change that. This is fucking crazy. Yeah, let's do it. And then they look like they're really, they have a lot of faith, right? But then this first problems comes. As soon as the first problems come, first difficulties, the girl drops them. They get exposed from their jobs. They lose their jobs. The business fails. Whatever. They just quit. I mean, they quit real fast. And the thing is, this is very common, and this is the two most common types of people, right? The ones that have this hard heart, and the ones that are superficial. Then we go for the third one, okay? And this one, this one saw the heart that is droning. It's a droning heart. I think I say it right? Droning, when you imagine you go on the water, right? The droning heart. This is the one that in the Bible is comparing it to these ones that has some it's like a tree that goes under the soil, okay? So what happens is that the seed goes in, okay, but it drowns in things. It drowns in money, drowns in life stuff, but mainly material stuff, superficial stuff, So these people are drowning in money, in superficial stuff, and like what is happening here is that this is not something that happens immediately. It happens throughout time, throughout the years. You start to drown in this external stuff like cars, money, women, all this stuff. And what happens is that what happens here, okay, is that you basically also drowning spiritually, so this is the real problem. You're dying spiritually. The world is eating you, and this is not going to end up very good. I've been there. When you focus a lot on the external stuff, you start to receive. In my case, I was operating the right way. That's why I became a millionaire. But then, like, all this money came, and I was basically buying too much stuff. Okay, focusing too much in buying stuff, buying too many cars. Okay, and I was focusing in other women out of my marriage. So I started to sin again. That was a big sin. So it was drowning my heart, and it got to a point where actually I really heard Jesus telling me, "You gotta sell those cars, bro." It was not like at that time I had like 13 cars. It was not like you gotta sell one car or two. He said you gotta sell like 6 cars. You gotta sell half of them, just literally. And I was just like, damn, I didn't want to, but I just could not. I was drowning. Like I literally had this feeling that I was literally drowning in my life. I don't know. I don't even know how can I explain this, bro. If you haven't felt it, if you feel it, you will literally understand me. And if you ever feel it, you will understand me. But I was just not in peace, So I sold literally those cars, like 6 cars, instantly, bam, all at the same time. And I literally stopped seeing other women. I literally said I just stopped. And oh my God, like since that moment, how much I've grown spiritually doesn't even make any sense, And then we have, last but not least, the fourth, the open heart. That's the heart that has like a fertile soil, where the seed comes in and it's fertile and it just fucking grows times 30, times 50, times 100, literally. So, okay, got to this point, okay, you guys will be like, okay, so what heart do I have? You guys need to really analyze and critique yourself. What heart do you have? Is it the open one? Sorry, is it the hard heart? Is it the superficial one? Is it the one that's drowning? Or it's the open heart, right? And the next question would be like, well, Jaros, how can I get an open heart? And the question is, you can't. You cannot do it, and I can't do it for you. So it's like the same way. A hard soil cannot just make themselves a soft soil. The only one that can change that is the gardener. In this case, it's a divine gardener, which is Jesus. Jesus can actually get a hard heart and make it fertile. Can get a heart that's drowning and make it fertile. Can get a superficial heart and make it fertile. But you're going to have to surrender to Jesus. And you're going to have to actually knock out that ego, And you're going to have to let yourself be guided. And to be honest, the best and most easy way to do is to be guided by someone that's already there. So someone in this world guide you to become that person that's actually ready to surrender to Jesus and just put in his hands everything. And that's the easiest way. That's how I did it, bro. That's how I did it myself. And that's the only way of doing it. So there you go, guys. That's the Matthew 13 parable. Just wanted to just spit it out. Sorry for my words because I'm not very technical, with the technical words that the Bible has in English. I don't really know them, how to say them, because it's not my native language. I don't read the Bible in English, I read it in Spanish. But at the end of the day, the message is the same. You guys, I'm sure you guys understood the message. And that's the 4 types of people that we have, with the 4 different types of heart that we have. You always want to look to have this open heart. And the only way actually to really understand or know if someone has an open heart is because an open heart does give spiritual results, spiritual fruits. You can be broke financially but have an open heart. You can be rich financially and have a broken heart. Both you can have broken, poor, rich. Both you can have open, poor, rich. It's not something that has to do with money. That's what you want to be at, because that's where you actually free. That's when you actually spiritually free. You're not trapped in this world things. But yeah, guys, make sure you check out the free masterclass I have here in the link below if you want to really get yourself more aligned with everything. I got it there for you guys to help you guys out, and let's get it. Any one of you guys that want to join my university and just get together with amazing people and dropping like these weekly calls that I have and all these masterclasses that I had in my university. I really teach everything from body, mind, spirit, finances, building businesses, building a personal brand, creating a relationship with Jesus, with God. This is just what I teach, what I've done. I teach what I do. I teach people to get to my position because it's what I've done. We all know. We don't all know how we got to where we are. Some people, first you do it unconsciously, then you consciously understand how you did it. So that's the good thing of life. It's a process. We all go through it. Some people go further. Some people never reach levels that people are at like 22 years old. And, people will live a whole life and they will not reach that level, that spiritual level. So pretty sad, but that's, at the end of the day, reality. At the end of the day, you are, the person that's going to decide where the hell you get to and how much impact you're going to do in this life. And if you're really actually going to live a life of purpose and actually, do what you have been created for, which is something pretty fucking massive. All of us, love you guys.